The Ratchet Clank series, one of my favorite video game franchise of all time, and it still will be to this day. What really makes me love the series is the storyline, the gadgets, the weapons, but what the most got me an interest in the series are the planets. Yeah, that's right. This entire video is going to be about me counting down one of the best planets per game. What I really think is stand out as the best Ratchet Clank level of all time. What I really love about it, when there's so many going on with great visuals, great design, and overall what I'm really a fan of. So here in my personal picks, in my opinion, the top 10 best Ratchet Clank levels and planets. Number 10. Dark Water Cove. This level concept is very spot on. Dark Water Cove has tons of things going on. The level has a set of 3 type of puzzles. One is for the bartender puzzle, like making drinks and stuff like that with flavors. One is the piano puzzle called Angstrom's Tune, and one is the shadow puzzle where you have to make some reflection with these pieces of the skull that to get the door open. This puzzle only can be accessed after you completed the last 2. After that minigame, you have to find the undead pirates in order to get the door open. The entrance to get the crystal or stone diamond. Sorry, I can't remember the name. But wait, the level doesn't end here. In fact, in a cutscene, Captain Darkwater of Captain Slag just leads you to the caves, and here's where the level really starts to get great. The soundtrack sounds really dark and edgy, and it sounds really nice and very, very fitting for the stage itself. It's very unique and quite epic of the looks of it. Now you're probably seeing this as a normal cave, but trust me, this cave looks a lot more appealing than any other caves I've seen. The level design is spot on. Even though it's linear, there's still hidden things you can find by actually exploring, like hidden mods or something like that. Now for some reason this level is so low on this list because of the bartender puzzle. Jesus Christ, this puzzle frustrates me a lot. I got stuck in this puzzle very long time. This puzzle is so annoying. I didn't even know what the heck I was doing. I would just randomly just touching these switches, and I suddenly keep getting it wrong. Now, I got stuck in this puzzle for a long time until I just actually searched up on GameFAQs how to actually complete this mission. Now, the puzzle isn't that bad. The frustration part does kill the level for me, but at least the level made it to number 10 because, there are like more better stuff. This is only a one time that actually frustrated me with this level. That's why it's at number 10. But the rest, the level is awesome. I love the soundtrack. I love the visuals, how the level looks. I love the difficulty. It's just fine. The level design is great. Everything about this level is amazing. And it's definitely the best level in Quest Booty. So now this level's out of the way. So let's move on to number 9. Number 9. Rius. This Jungle Forest team level is one of those planets that what I really loved about Size Matters. Even though Size Matters is quite the most linear Ratchet game probably in the entire series, even this game is not made by Insomniac Games. Hypex Games sure knows how to think of interesting ideas. Now, I could assume that the people of Insomniac actually help out making this game. Rius has a very catchy soundtrack. In fact, it's one of the most catchiest track out there. What I find also fun about this level is the Clank mission, where you have to go inside the temple. Even though Clank may be slow, it's still fun to play as him in Rius, The level design ain't that bad either. It's designed beautifully. The level gimmicks are spot on as well. The style and color of this level is pretty. A purple jungle, makes this level look stunning. Now the reason why it's at number 8, well, I'm not much of a big fan of the yellow enemies. I think they're a bit too weird looking. Yeah, I know it makes no sense. In fact, this is a video game, and I know in Ratchet games the enemies are also like weird looking. But the problem is these enemies aren't like so cool. I find it pretty forgettable in my opinion, and for Ratchet enemies, they're pretty bland. The plant monsters make sense for this level, and so are the tigers, but, I know it's a jungle team, and the enemy seems to be what I call jungle people, but at least make them, better looking. I mean, this is just not the thing. That's at least why the level's at number 8. Number 8. Fort Sprocket. What I really like about this level is how colorful it looks. The level is very fun-filled, with great level design, creative gimmicks, and creative soundtrack, and the best are the enemies. The difficulty is fine in both ways. It's difficult, but in a good way. Now, what I love about the enemies are how wacky and funny looking they are. Blowing them up is the most fun part about this level. The creative platforming sections are also unique and interesting, like the part where you have to use this flower weapon, well, sorry I forgot the name, in progress to get through those fanny spinny platforms. I like the way they actually use the platforming in this level. It's actually very great. The length of this level is also good. Now, the ending part is actually pretty boring, but at least, the first halves, or the first 15 minutes, are actually really fun. There's so much wackiness, and there's so much, blowing stuff up with these enemies. It's very enjoyable. The difficulty is actually fine. It gives me a somewhat challenge, and I really like challenge. Now, if a challenge is too hard, yes, I do get a little frustrated, but frustration in a good way, actually. I actually like the way this challenge is. There's so much hidden secrets. Like, after you actually come up the elevator and then you go back down, you can actually get a titanium bolt down there. There's so much secrets. I really like the way this level handled it. To the next number. Number 7. Ghost Station. 2 words. Epic win. Ghost Station is simply one of the best levels in Deadlock as a whole. This level looks so dark and edgy, you cannot stress how beyond amazing and really entertaining this level is. I also find it really cool that the enemy seems to be like ghost robots, even though that makes no sense, but hey, it's a video game, who cares. The missions and challenges of this level is definitely the best out of Deadlock in any case. Last level, but for a last level, it's epic. And this is one of the best things that Insomniac Games have brought on. And the reason why it's the best in Deadlock is because of these 4 challenges. Man, all of them are very enjoyable. I mean, seriously, you're real grinding while shooting everything, just blowing shit up, opening a note by just using the bolt crank and just going more rail grinding with so much action in it. It's very epic. And the one where you have to disable 6 notes or something like that to be able to open a shield. There's so many enemies coming your way, just blowing them up is just so fun. The third one, you're inside the station and you're still shooting, and so much epic moments, just hacking and just going through, blowing stuff up, and inside is more epic than ever. And with the hover ship, oh, this is awesome. While tracking down the bombs and the turrets, there's so much blowing stuff up. Oh my goodness, there's so much blowing. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, wow. Ghost Station obviously is the most epic level ever in Deadlock. And that's why it's at number 7. Why is it at number 7? Well, I can tell one thing. The levels are kinda too short. Yeah, that's the problem. But at least I can get at least epicness inside these challenges. That's about it. Oh, and the visuals, great. Number 6. Chanukah Moon. Now, this level is actually funner than Ghost Station. Surprisingly, Ratchet Deadlock is actually a better game than All for One. But the thing is, this level is actually really, really fun. There's so much fun moments. You get to blow off these enemies. You get to swing with the swing shot by, swinging around. It makes it so cool. And the freaking, jetpack section. I mean, holy crap. This level has so much blowing crap up. I mean, like, there's so many good parts. I mean, the enemies are very good. And I really love the level itself. I mean, holy crap. I mean, like, Insomniac can really, really think of more ideas with creativity. I mean, look how beautiful this level is made. Look at that much detail. I mean, wow. I'm very impressed, and it's actually the best level in All for One in whole as a. The level's length is very long and very worth it. Number 5. Planet Gaspar. Now wondering why this level made it to the list? A simple level with only one story mission, the only thing you do is get the helmet. This simple level? No, it's not like that. It's because of the soundtrack, backgrounds, and exploration. All the places you can explore and just go. I mean, wow, I cannot believe that a small level has more things going on if you explore. Like, example, like the one with the volcano, you could assume there's lava in there, but no, it's a hidden pad to be able to takes place for gold bolt. That is something what I love. I want to see level design like that requires exploration to find something worth it. That is what Gaspar is. That is something I just wanted to see with level designs. That is something I love about this level. And not only that, but the freaking soundtrack, very catchy. I mean, it goes like that, that's something that that I think that the originals has one of the best soundtrack. And sadly we don't have that kind of soundtrack like that anymore in the future games. Even All For One didn't have that much catchy kind of soundtrack. The future series has a good soundtrack, but it doesn't have this catchy, classic Ratchet Clank tunes. Half of the first 3 games, well, up to Deadlocked games wise, but still awesome, stays that way. Freaking love Gaspar. Moving on. Number 4. Creely Comet. Ah yes, the Creely Comet is one of the most pretty looking snow levels in the entire series. In fact, it's not even a planet. Most of the ice levels are actually a planet, but this one is actually a comet. The sky is so colorful. The style looks good. The level design is great. The enemies are very fitting. Well, I'm only saying that because, there are pirate ships over there. But, it is what it is. If there's a pirate ship theme, I would have wished that they could add some sort of snow monsters. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is the comet. There's not supposed to be monsters in there. But how are they supposed to stand on it? How is there no alien type creatures in this? Well, the pirates are fine. Yeah, because the freaking ships are there, but there's no level exclusive enemies there. But still, this is the best snow level. Well, I'm saying this because of the design, because from every single snow level I played in a Ratchet game, they're all great, but compared to Creely Comet, this one looks so much cooler and radical than any other snow levels I've seen in the Ratchet series. And that's why this makes it the best ice level in the entire series as a whole. Now the level is kinda linear if you play through it, but there's still some exploration to find hidden goodies, and I'm glad they're still there, just to not make this level look so bland, if you think so. So yes. Number 3. Planet Bolden. Let me describe what I really think of this level. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, and I freaking love it. This level is so amazing, it deserves to be on the list. With great level design, great soundtrack, great moments, great visuals, and overall great enemies. Man, the enemies are so badass here. Blowing them up is so incredibly fun in this level. This level has so much secrets in it. I mean, example, the teleporter here, which is supposed to take you to the Insomniac Museum, but there is an alternative way. 1, changing your clock so you'll be able to access, or do a trick to go to this hidden area and it takes you to a museum. That is awesome. The actual length in this level is perfect enough. There's so much cool parts, example, the part where you actually get to the side of a building by using your gravity boots. That part is so cleverly designed. I mean, this level is so awesome. It's great. It deserves to be on this list, and is the reason why Going Commando is my favorite Ratchet Clank game ever, because the level design is so clever. The way how the game is designed is so original. Insomniac Games can really think of great design choices, and Bolden did it the greatest. I absolutely love the grind rail part. It's just really great, especially when you try to get the skill point, going through the level without taking hit. That is just flat out genius. I remember also the part where you have to use the glider to go through this hidden tunnel full of gears. I mean, how radical looking this place is, flying through things. But one thing is a bummer. When you actually hit the cars, you don't actually get damage. They could have wished that there's actual challenge in this part, but, at least this part looks actually pretty cool. Especially for a PS2 title, actually. So bottom line, Planet Bolden, aka Silver City, is a fantastic level and deserves to be on this list. So, which levels are better than Bolden? Well, we'll find out in the next number. Number 2. Now there's one city that is so incredible and colorful looking that, is totally the best out of all the cities. Now you could assume, oh, it's Metropolis, already obvious. No, it's not Metropolis. What is it? It's Axiom City. That's right. The level beats Metropolis anytime because it's fun, it's entertaining, and there's tons of things going on. What makes this city the best out of the series, you say? Well, I'm gonna tell you. It's the missions, the environments, the level design, and overall the best is the soundtrack. My goodness, this level has to be one of the most beautiful looking cities ever in the entire series. It beats out HD Metropolis in my opinion. I mean, holy crap. I've never seen such a colorful city in a Ratchet Clank game before, and this Axiom City did the prettiest. The missions are very, very enjoyable. I really love the little hoverboard mission where you have to find the target for the switches to be able to get the course open to get to the portal. It's very fun, just a timed little thing mission. And you get to blow so many enemies up with your weapons. It's very fun to actually, explode them up and get a shit ton of bolts by beating them all up. I also like, you're going in just giant big ass ramp that, just slow motion scene, and you get inside the computer cores. It's also a very great soundtrack in the computer cores. It's very amazing that how detailed this city is, that, Why a Crack in Time is actually better than Tool Destruction for some reason. The VX-99 boss is also really epic. I mean, seriously, why is this on number 2? Because the level is so epic. There's so much things going on. The level is very, very enjoyable. Its length of his missions are just so great. The VX-99 boss was so epic. My goodness, you cannot describe how great it was. Just blowing up with your weapons, just avoiding dodging, just epic sequence with this epic soundtrack. This level deserves to be on this list. Well, ladies and gentlemen, since we've gotten through the list so far, now it's time for number 1. And it's obvious, it's a planet or level from Up Your Arsenal. We all know that because, I called out every single Ratchet games, per series, like planets and level. But, just gonna say this level is so amazing that is seriously, I mean it, is one of my favorite Ratchet Clank level of all time. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the best Ratchet & Clank level / planet in the entire series is number 1. Yobani Gemini. That's right, Yobani Gemini is my favorite Ratchet & Clank level of all time. Okay guys, hear me out. Why is this level my favorite level of all time? Okay, this level has to be one of the most prettiest, the most creative, the most epic looking level in the entire series. The music, the soundtrack is completely charming and epic at the same time. It's very, very great. I credit David, well, I forgot his last name, for making this such amazing soundtrack. It's just amazing how a talented person making these Ratchet & Clank soundtrack make a soundtrack of this level so great. And the level itself, it's very fun, and there's like so much secrets you can still find. Exploring the level feels so open and alive. It's just, this creativity on these little tiny moons. It's just so great. Also, the other reason why this is at number 1 is because without this level, we wouldn't have these very fun replay valued moon missions in Ratchet & Clank A Crack in Time. If this level never exists, these moon missions would have never brought out to life. This level evolutionized the moon missions from what it's gonna get in the future. Now, I know this gimmick actually started in Ratchet & Clank Going Commando, but I do not really get the feeling that commando, it really evolutionized. Well, you know, without going commando, you know, this part would have been never invented. But, you know, still, for, you know, exploration gameplay wise, you know, I think it just started out with up your arsenal. That's at least what I think. Because, you know, the level is so much colorful, and the colorful atmosphere from the moons in Up Your Arsenal, you know, was also borrowed in A Crack in Time, because the moons in there are also really colorful and pretty looking. So yeah, great level design, great visuals, great environments, great atmosphere, great soundtrack, and overall great enemies. Well, the enemies look pretty cool, but I'm not a big fan of those. But, you know, still, the beautiful looking fun of this level still got me interested most. Why? It's my #1 favorite in the entire series. So yeah, that was my top 10 best Ratchet Clank levels and planets. Boy, I'm so happy that I'm finally done with this video. Sorry that it took so long for this long ass hiatus on my channel, but I finally got this video finished, and I'm so glad I actually did. So, yep. I gotta admit, I kind of rushed out this video a little bit. Well, not a little bit, just a little much. Yeah, because I really wanted to get this video done, but, you know, at last, it's here. I'm so happy I actually did it. So, anyway, send in the comments below what's your top 10 best Ratchet Clank levels or planets per game only. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more Super Pro stuff in 2013. So, yeah. See you later.